like watching films? Good. Have you ever watched this film before? If you watched it, please raise up your hand and let me know about that. I see you, thank you. With the recent release of the film Her Story, the topic of female growth has sparked widespread discussion once again. This film divides a woman's life into 4 possible stages: childhood, romantic relationship, marriage, and divorce. The single mother in the film, after losing her job, she decided to become a content creator. But while she carrying her young daughter, she also struggles at daily works, and the pain of balance both constantly weighs on her. She asks herself, am I a good enough mother? And the identity of a single mother also subjects her to harsh criticism. You should find a partner. You should stay at home and take care of your husband and children. This traps her into a narrow space where she can only be a wife, mother, and employee instead of herself. This reminds me of my own mother. My family has 2 children, me and my younger brother, which means my mother not only have to work with her daily responsibilities, but also have to take care of us. They get up early in the morning at 6 a.m. and goes to bed late at about 11 p.m. in the evening. And she also needs to carry my brother to his lessons and weekends, all these years round. I'm really thankful for all my mother's sacrifice. But from what I said just now, a problem stands out. Well, it's my father. Yes, when my father finishes his work, he goes home, sits on the sofa, and starts to play computer games. Sometimes he goes out with his friends. This makes me feel anxious about love and marriage. It also makes me ask, is marriage truly essential for women? Does a woman's life can only complete by marriage? Just as the song labor goes, all day, every day, therapist, mother, maid. Just appendage live to attend him, so he can never lift a finger, so he can live with his pickest fan's dream. For thousands of years, women have to indulge the so-called stray obedience and for virtues. The strict principle of being a mother, wife, daughter, and sister. From they enter marriage, women must leave their families. As their king must change, their children will carry another surname. And their freedom and individuality will be shackled by labels like mother, wife, grandmother, and so on. Their dreams and hopes are often ignored and dismissed. They can only be what their husband and society expect of them, but they are never allowed to be themselves. This erodes humility, and this is a nightmare of every independent woman. In marriage, women are still, at their core, reinforcing the patriarchal system, often at the expense of their own well-being. The best they can get from marriage is emotional validation, respect, and material reward. The worst is that their labor is expected, their complaint ignored, and sacrifice never appreciated. Women deserve the better ending in marriage. They don't have to leave their home and become whose life is destined to burn out, like a candle slowly fading. They don't have to compromise themselves at any point. In the past time, marriage represents hope and love for women. But no one ever told them about the pain and struggles that came with it. Does a woman in marriage only have one identity? Can she break free from the role of a mother or wife? I propose 4 ideas: financial freedom, intellectual freedom, bold experimentation, and self-affirmation. The first, financial freedom, also known as economic independence. Wealth is not just about number. It's about whether income meets your needs and whether the finance brings peace to your mind and satisfaction. As wealth rises in a room of one's own, for a woman to write, she needs 2 things: money and a room of her own. This is incredibly profound. A room of one's own represents financial dependence and emotional independence. The career of writing, throughout the book, symbolizes the independent thought. Wealth also imagines a woman named Mary Beaton, who was once poor, but one day she found herself with an income of £500 a year. So she could now look at her wallet and think, no force on the earth can take this money from me. I can always have food, clothes, and a house. I don't need to toil, and all the resentment have vanished. I don't need to hate anyone because they can't harm me. I don't need to flatter anyone because I don't rely on their favors. However, it is important to understand that financial dependence is not about chasing unattainable goals. For example, if you are a salaried worker but dream of buying a mansion, that will set yourself up for stress and frustration. The first is financial freedom, but next is intellectual freedom. Women are financially limited because they lack exposure to new ideas. This is a hard truth, but one cannot be ignored. If your daily routine traps you into domestic works, where do you have time or energy to broaden your horizons? Women should not feel apologetic to their intellect. Intellectual freedom should become a habit. Third, be bold in trying new things. A quote from the mountain move has always stayed with me. I fear that I was not a precious gem, so I dared to carve and refine myself. Yet I half believed I was one. So I refused to settle for being among the rebels. We often feel afraid of failure, but we must remember that our future is uncertain, and we still have a long way to go. So we can't just think a lot and stand still. I recommend a feel-fast approach. Take, for example, Elon Musk's decision to eliminate stabilizers in the early version of the Falcon first rocket. It was a risky one, but Musk believed in the feel-fast approach. If the rocket exploded, he could learn from it, refine the process, and try again. If the rocket indeed exploded, in Musk's eyes, it was a success, because all the important data have gathered, and the team learned from it. Fail fast, learn fast, and adjust fast, Musk says. So, ladies, whether or not you've been in a relationship before or you choose to plan to share a life with someone in the future, I hope you to remember this. You deserve the right to choose your own love, free from the societal and familial pressure. If you hear someone says, it's time to settle down and find someone, feel free to tell them, this era is over. Whether you choose marriage or not, work towards financial independence and emotional independence. Only become an independent person. You can choose a lifestyle and take control of your own destiny. Don't wait for someone to save you. The only person who can save you is you. Boys, you may think these things have no relationship with you, but I have to say that we all have our own mother right. Do you think they do too much labor? Maybe you can help them do some housework in your free time. Remember to keep your temper. Don't shout at them. Respect women, not just the ones around you, but all the women in the world. Stop talking the inappropriate jokes. They are not funny. They are a kind of discrimination. Finally, I'd like to share a message from scholar Chizuko Eno to every woman here today. May your step turn through every corner of human knowledge until structural limitation and oppression are completely eliminated. Don't easily believe in the myth of talent as a cause. And may you reclaim your rightful achievements in the fields dominated by men. May you never be objectified, demeaned, or reduced to a pet in popular culture or intimate relationships. And may you receive true, equal love and respect. If you don't need that, may you break free from the shackles of love and gain a broader freedom. May your survival and career not be hindered or harmed by your gender. And may you achieve success. all the while maintaining the dignity that every woman should have. The dignity to claim right by birth, without conditions. So, that's all for what I want to say. Thank you for listening.